And how you doing, everybody? Vasu Vadaparty here for the Make the Money and Run podcast, the MLB playoff preview. We had one day off from baseball, the first day off in about 6 months, and now we're on to the second season. The American League Wildcard game will start tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. It's Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. Vasu Vadaparty, your solo host here. We're sponsored by the Britannia Arms of Cupertino, celebrating 40 years as Silicon Valley's longest-serving British pub and restaurant. Reach them at BritanniaArmsDeanza.com, 408-252-7262. A little scheduling change. Our normal hours of Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays are going to be shifted a little bit due to obligations for baseball playoffs that I have. So we're going to have our Friday football show tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. I'll remind you at the end of the show again, 1 o'clock Eastern for the Friday football show, week 5 of the NFL to start, week 6 of college football to go as well. Charlie O will join me at 1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. Check out our social media pics every day during the week by 6 Eastern on any of the social media posts, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere you can get a hold of us. Email us at mtmerpodcast@gmail.com. Facebook and Instagram. We also have a Facebook group page. We also have a Make the Money and Run Facebook page as well, too. All right, let's get started with the American League. The American League tonight, the Boston Red Sox will host the New York Yankees. Nathan Eovaldi versus Garrett Cole. The Red Sox won the season series 10-9. They both made the playoffs, so with even records, the Red Sox get the tiebreaker, the home field advantage tonight. They will host that game 8 o'clock at Fenway Park. Nathan Eovaldi, who's 2-2 against the Yankees, against Garrett Cole, who was 1-3 against the Red Sox. The Yankees line had gone up from 114 yesterday all the way up to 129. I kept getting the line it kept going up a little higher and higher as news came out about the Red Sox and their injury situation. Remember, you can read, this is considered round 1 of the playoffs, so you can set your roster and reset your roster any way you want to. Garrett Cole, a near 6 ERA start in his 4 starts versus the Red Sox. Won his last start as the Yankees swept in Boston 2 weekends ago. Nathan Eovaldi lost his last 2 starts. JD Martinez is out today. That's the big injury news. The Boston Slugger is out of the lineup tonight. They will reset the roster, see how he feels if they advance, and they will probably put him on the ALDS roster. The winner of this game will go on to play Tampa Bay on Thursday. Tampa Bay will await the winner in Florida. That game will be at 8 o'clock Eastern on Thursday night, preceded by the Astros and the White Sox in game 1 of their ALDS, both games on FS1. It'll be an interesting series to start, but let's get through the wild card first. Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, red hot the last 2 weeks as the Yankees have been on a roll. They had a tough time with Tampa Bay, but they were on a 7-game winning streak at one point. They finally got a victory against the Rays on Sunday, a victory that helped propel them to clinch the second wild card spot in the American League East. Toronto had tied with them until the Yankees got that win. Boston and the Yankees both had to win on Sunday to eliminate Toronto and Seattle. We know how it turned out for Seattle. They lost 2 out of 3 over the weekend to the Angels. It was an interesting season for Seattle. They had a great year. Toronto had a great year as well, too. They were a couple of games short. There were a couple of games that they lost that they should not have lost as well, too, including to the Orioles a couple of times. But J.D. Martinez out tonight. Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, red hot. DJ LeMahieu has had a little bit of an injury. He may not be available tonight as well. But Gleyber Torres is starting to swing the bat. Urshela swinging the bat. He's got a good glove. He's playing shortstop right now. LeMahieu at third. Rizzo has been outstanding at first base defensively and clutch hitting. The veteran of the Chicago Cubs and the World Series champion of 2016 comes into this lineup against the right-hander Eovaldi. So they're on the road. They're at Boston. They swept that series against the Red Sox, a blowout on Friday night, a come-from-behind grand slam by Giancarlo Stanton on Saturday, and then another 3-run home run on Sunday by 3-run home run, 2 3-run home runs, and a grand slam on Saturday afternoon in a 2-1 comeback. They were down 2-1 when Stanton hit the home run. So that's where we are right now. It's not as if we don't see the Yankees and Red Sox all year to begin with. They play each other 19 times a year, being in the same division. Red Sox have that 10-9 lead. This does not count in the regular season standings, as we know, as we are in the second season. The playoffs are here. Red Sox, Yankees, Nathan Eovaldi, Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole, 129, the over-under 8 on the road. Garrett Cole's had a lot of success. He's 16-8 on the year coming into this game, coming into the regular season finale last weekend. And Nathan Eovaldi right there as well, too. All right, thanks to everybody on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter live. If you miss any of the podcast live, you can download and subscribe anywhere you get them. Apple, Google, iHeart, Spotify, SoundCloud are the best ways to go. All right, with that being said, let's get to the series ahead. The Tampa Bay Rays will await the wild card winner of the Red Sox and Yankees. Lots to talk about. As we said, the Yankees Red Sox going tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, 129 the line for the Yankees at 8 the total. What do you think? Where's your pick at? We'll have our picks as well. I'll have mine at the end of the show. Charlie O and Nick might have a pick for us, and we'll post that by 6 o'clock Eastern as the game starts at 8 o'clock. Houston and Chicago. The other series will wait on Thursday as well. No JD Martinez, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton red hot. Yankees offense really good. Seems like Chapman has kind of turned it around the last few weeks from struggling during the year. He's similar to the Kenley Jansen story. We'll get to the National League in a second. But Tampa Bay awaits the wild card winner. Chicago-Houston will be the first game on Thursday. That first game will go 2 o'clock Eastern from Houston. The White Sox and Tony La Russa winning that Central Division. We'll go on to that. But anyway, Garrett Cole, Nathan Eovaldi. All right. In Los Angeles on Wednesday night. That's tomorrow night. We'll get to this real quick. The Adam Wainwright-led St. Louis Cardinals will go into Los Angeles. They clinched their wild card last week, their second wild card. Dodgers and Giants had a finishing weekend. The Giants won on Sunday, taking 2 out of 3 from the Padres to clinch the National League West and the number 1 seed. 107 wins, the best team ever in San Francisco Giants history. They'll host the wild card winner. That is LA and St. Louis. Wild card games, Max Muncy out for the wild card game as he had that horrific injury with a runner running into his left arm at first base. Very serious. The NLDS is in question for him as well. Clayton Kershaw, we know, went out on Saturday night with forearm strain. He may not be able to make it as well, too. But Max Scherzer is there, and even though he had a rough start against San Diego last week, he has been outstanding for the Dodgers in replacement of Trevor Bauer, and Clayton Kershaw's injury has not helped either. So we'll see where that takes him. But 7-0 for Scherzer, ERA under 1. Going into that last start against the Padres, they were down 9-6 late in the game. Emilio Pagan had one of his worst outings ever for the Padres, gave up 3 home runs. Dodgers ended up taking the lead 11-9 and ended up winning that game, keeping themselves at bay with a chance to win the division still over the weekend. They swept Milwaukee. The Dodgers did over the weekend. And it didn't mean a lot to Milwaukee. Craig Counsell took a lot of flack for not trying to help the Giants at all. The Giants didn't need any help. They won 2 out of 3. But it's not Craig Counsell's responsibility, people, to help the Giants. He plays the game hard. He's an old school baseball player, but he's going to do what's best for his team. If that means Corbin Burns is only going to go 2 innings as a tune-up to get ready for Friday's game against the Atlanta Braves, that's exactly what he's going to do. Milwaukee and Atlanta will open up game 1 in Friday. Right now, Charlie Morton, the starter for Atlanta. Max Fried to go game 2. All the National League Series will be on TBS. The American League Series will be on Fox and FS1. The wild card game tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on TBS. Adam Wainwright, Max Scherzer at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers or the Cardinals will face the Giants on Friday. That's a late game, 9:30 on Friday night, 9:30 Eastern on Friday night from Oracle Park in San Francisco. Giants sitting down, resting for a couple of days, trying to get their rotation, their bats in order. What an ending to the year they had. What a great year they had. They're not going to have Brandon Belt. His fractured pinky is what's keeping him down. So he may be questionable for the National League Division Series. If he gets to the NLCS, he might be available to make it back. He's taking some medication right now to help see if they can get the bone back into some kind of strength because it's on his left hand, which is his catching hand, as well as swinging a bat. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So that's where we're at in terms of the National League Wildcard, the American League Wildcard again tonight. A little bit of show here for the Garrett Cole Yankees. They are on a roll. They won 91 games. The Red Sox won 91 games as well, too. It's been a struggle for the Red Sox the last month. They did have a big winning streak middle of the year, middle of the month of September, but they did struggle toward the end. The Yankees were on a 7-game winning streak, and then those Tampa Bay Rays came in. Those Tampa Bay Rays have been tough on Boston all year. They've been tough on New York. So whoever wins this series, no guarantee they're going to beat the nameless, faceless Tampa Bay Rays. And those of you that don't know who the Tampa Bay Rays are should do some research because they're very good. They're the best team in the American League, and they will, in fact, win get ready for the Yankees and the Red Sox this weekend as well. And then the wild card game on Sunday. All right, as we said, the Make the Money and Run Major League Baseball playoff preview. We'll have one at 9:30 Pacific time, 12:30 Eastern with Vasu Vadaparty, myself, and Charlie O tomorrow. And then we will follow that at 1 o'clock Eastern with Friday Football Show, a special Wednesday edition, the Make the Money and Run podcast special edition, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube Live. Download and subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts if you miss the live broadcast. I am going with the Yankees tonight. Minus 124, I got them at. Garrett Cole will take out the Boston Red Sox. They will go on to face the Tampa Bay Rays. It'll be a tough series against Tampa Bay, but Garrett Cole tonight in the wild card game, and that will be the way it goes tonight. We'll have our pick for tomorrow. Don't forget, you can join us normally Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tomorrow we'll have our Friday Football Show, 1 o'clock Eastern, preceded by Charlie O, and I will have the baseball playoff preview, Major League Baseball playoff preview. We'll review the American League wild card. We'll preview the National League wild card game. Download, subscribe again. If you missed any of the live broadcasts, check out our social media pages by 6 o'clock Eastern at V-Party Sports on Twitter and Instagram, MTMAR Podcast, MTMARpodcast@gmail.com, Facebook and Instagram as well, too. And don't forget to patron the Britannia Arms of Cupertino if you're in Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley's longest-serving British pub and restaurant, celebrating 40 years of the best food and drink. BritanniaArmsDeanza.com, 408-252-7262. Take care of yourself, everybody. Vasu Vadaparty here for the Major League Baseball playoff preview for the Make the Money and Run podcast. Have a great Tuesday afternoon. Enjoy the American League wildcard game. We'll see you back at 12:30 for the Wednesday edition of the baseball playoff preview, and then the special NFL Friday Football Show for Week 5 of NFL football, Week 6 of college football. A lot to talk about as we get ready for Thursday Night Football. We do it ahead of the Thursday Night Football game this week, as I've got to be in a couple of different cities for the baseball playoffs this weekend. So we're going to do the football show early tomorrow. Get your peek, get your fantasy football scorecards out, get your lines out. We'll have it all for you tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern on the Friday Football Show. Don't forget again to check out the Britannia Arms in Silicon Valley if you're in the area, BritanniaArmsDeanza.com, 408-252-7262. Thanks to everybody who follows us on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, watching the live show. Download, subscribe anywhere you get that. So for Charlie O, who's on assignment, he'll be back with us tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern for the baseball preview show for the Major League Baseball playoffs, and then at 1 o'clock Eastern for the Friday Football Show. I'm Vasu Vadaparty. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow.